From Wall Street to Main Street, this is Lalate.
It's a big evening here on Evenings LA, direct from Santa Monica, California, with your fourth stimulus check update of 2021. We'll go over that monthly stimulus check and why the Democrats are likely to give you more months of checks. Then we got to the recon. Done deal, signed, sealed. $3.5 trillion of checks coming to you, confirmed, guaranteed. But mostly application-based, so if you're a Purple Hawk, you're going to pound. So if you're a Donetta, you're going to get confused because there's no donut in front of you. We'll have all the incredible details in the second half of this video. And then we cut to the incredible details across the board as the president prepares for recon substantive. It's this coming week, and the deliciousness is in front of us. Then we cut to the details across the board as viewers are getting bigger sums of money as Purple Hawks. One viewer getting $80,000 from this channel. As we go into a big evening, we're going to learn how you get this money as well. The excitement starts right here, right now, as Evenings LA gets underway. Hey, good evening, everybody. It's a beautiful evening here in Southern California as we go into your fourth stimulus recon and fourth stimulus package updated 2021. We'll go over those monthly stimulus checks and why the Democrats are trying to give you more months of checks. And then we got to the deliciousness of the recon, a done deal, signed, sealed. All $3.5 trillion of checks for you and your and Americans across the board. But what are these checks and what does application-based mean? It's all incredible sums of money. And if you pounced on the third stimulus, you're going to pounce on the fourth. And then we cut to the big details of fifth stimulus, which raises your benefits up if you're on SSI and SSDI. And finally, the Purple Hawks killing it, getting $40,000 a pop a person this week. One viewer getting $80,000. This is the setup for why you're going to get big sums of money under fourth stimulus. We're learning all the tricks of the trade, and we'll have all the details in this video. And it starts right now as we go into a monstrous breaking news of Evenings Allied. How are you? This is Allied, America's only 24-hour day, 7 days a week financial news channel in America. Live in the morning and then taped in the afternoons. Coming up next is Overnight's Crypto. Then we have Sirloin at 8 o'clock, Overnight's Street and Stimulus at 7, Sirloin at 8. Then overnights at 9, and then overnights again back at 11:30. So subscribe. 400,000 subscribers, a YouTube record. I want you part of this incredible family. Hit that subscribe button right now. Like the video to 3,000 likes, and consider becoming a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, Casino VIP, because those are the people that are getting the biggest sums of money anywhere are the Purple Hawks and the Purple Power and the Casino VIPs. Meantime, if you're not signed up for those LA alerts, what are you doing? Do it right away. It's in the links to this video. It's totally free. It's at news.la.com/alerts. It sends you to the LA alert page. Put your name and email address in there and confirm. And watch for that confirmation email. There's 1,000 of you who have still not confirmed, and you're in the confirmation mode. It may be in the spam folder or in the promotions folder from Gmail. Hit that blue button, and then away you go. You're confirmed. It'll say thank you, and you'll start getting the updates as they come in. Monthly stimulus checks, House versus Senate, Senate versus House. I think you have an opinion. Let's go over what the Democrats are doing on this front. We have several people at the table, and what are they asking for? Certainly, the American petition is the one that captures an entire country. Nearly 4 million Americans have signed that petition asking for a monthly stimulus check of $2,000 a month. But it's the House Ways and Means Committee that actually writes the fourth stimulus recon, them writing the president a letter saying, we're going to be doing that in the fourth stimulus package. They also say they're going to give you a fifth stimulus. We have the House bill, and then we have the House members like AOC and Omar saying in a letter to the president days ago, monthly stimulus check needs to be done, $2,000 a month. We have Warren, Sanders, and Biden and Wyden saying in a letter to the president days ago, saying there needs to be a monthly stimulus check. And it's Bernie Sanders' message in there is the most important. You're going to see in the third part of this video why Bernie Sanders asking for a monthly stimulus check is critical. but how you have to push to keep that to the finish line. And then, of course, we have the House bill, $1,000 a month after the first month of $2,000. This would be the single biggest payout because it would be at least $13,000, at least 12 months of checks. I think you have an opinion. I think you have an opinion. Jump in the live chat right now and vote House or Senate. Tell me where you're tuning in from and how the weather is. Who gets this fourth stimulus check? You do. Democrats represent that if you got a third, you get a fourth. Single individual, $75,000 less. Democrats represent, you get a fourth stimulus check. Marry a couple, $150,000 less. Democrats represent, you get one as well. Double it. Family of four, Democrats represent, you get a fourth stimulus check as well. Quadruple it. And if you're on benefits, SSI, SSDI, Social Security, Railroad benefits, Democrats represent, you get a fourth stimulus check. The fourth stimulus check is not income, it's not taxable. And the fourth stimulus check would be the same amount for adult dependents as everyone else. And finally, the fourth stimulus check is not a waivable check. So if you do see the check at the beach this weekend and the check waves at you, realize it's the wrong check. It's the euro currency check. It's the it's the euro dollar check that's waving at you. It's not the US dollar. Because the US check is not waivable. You got the wrong check. Tourist. In the second half of this video, we'll be cutting into the incredible details of your fourth stimulus recon. A done deal, signed, sealed. $3.5 trillion of checks are coming to you, but mostly application-based. And this is confirmed. I'll go over what that means for you and why this is incredible great news. And then we got to the final 15 minutes of this video. We go over some of those application-based checks, what this means, how you do it, and how Purple Hawks are going to kill it under fourth stimulus. And we turn to fifth stimulus as well. But first, get a pen and paper ready. Go get some money for rent, utilities, food, internet, mortgage assistance, and homeowners assistance. And boy, we have the success stories coming in hourly, daily. If you've had a success story, send it to me on social media, private message me on Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram at Lalate. The success stories continue to come on in. 2 weeks ago, we had 3 viewers get $32,000 for 3 items. 2 weeks ago, we had one viewer get $50,000, another viewer get $100,000. Then, this last week, we had 3 viewers by the middle of the week get $40,000 each. But by the weekend, we had 1 viewer get $80,000. Purple Hawks are pouncing. Johnny got $80,000, technically $79,500, by getting not 1, but 7 items from this channel. He got $12,000 for Snap, $10,000 EI deal, $1,000, $2,000 for taxes. He got $21,000 for one housing, and then another $26,000 for another housing. And then he got $9,000 for utilities, bringing his grand total to $79,000. So let's get a pen and paper ready. I'm going to show you how you get these big sums of money right now. And first, let's go over the money across the board. When we talk about rent, we have countless viewers who are getting over $25,000 for rent. So you can do it as well. Let's look at the graphic and let's see what viewers are doing. Let's see what the Purple Hawks, the members, are doing. Bam. Wow. Incredible. Great job. Elizabeth, $27,000. Great job, Elizabeth. Mark, $25,000. Nancy, $24,000. Richard, $22,000, and Nisi at $20,000 for rent. Incredible, great news. Then we have the incredible shocker, as Johnny got $9,000 for utilities. Yes, that's higher than our highest high end. So the numbers are going bigger and bolder than ever before. When we talk about Snap, Snap is money for food. How much are people getting? Oh my goodness. Louis, $18,000. John, $10,000. And Nancy, $5,000. And we're going to meet another viewer who got over $18,000 for Snap. Incredible. And then finally, there's Nancy with 3 items. So she got to the Triple Crown. Who else got 3 items for this channel? Bam. My goodness. Now, this is just a few of them because we have a lot more in the last few days who have gotten 3 items as well. Nancy at 3 items. Nisi at 3 items. And Mark with 2 items. 2 items? Wait a second. There's a graphic about 3 items. Who put Mark on the graphic about 3 items? He got 2. I'll tell you what happened. Mark got 2 items at $32,000. But for 5 days on camera, I told Mark, go get Snap. Because it's a Snap. And guess what happened? He got Snap. But 4 wonderful things came from Mark's story. Number 1, he got Snap in less than 5 days, showing you, Purple Power, how you can absolutely change your life by getting money from this channel overnight. This week, there will not be a 4th stimulus check laying in your hand. This week, you will be getting 3rd stimulus in your hand if you follow exactly what's covered in this channel in this video as well. Number 2, Mark told his friend about this channel, and within 5 days, the friend went from $0 to $20,000 in his hand for rent. Wow. Then, if you think that is an anomaly, it's not, because we have Chinan, who is a member of 2 months, Purple Hawk herself, and told her friend, watch this channel. And the friend This is what happened. I told my friend about you, LA, and she went on, and now she's addicted to your channel. She received $9,000 for rent, $5,000 for utilities, and $6,000 annualized for Snap. You rock, LA. Your friend rocks as well, and you rock. Thank you for hooking your friend up, and now your friend got $21,000 for his channel. And then finally, Mark got viewers to realize I need to get more than 3 items. Johnny got 7 items and got $80,000 this weekend. So what did Mark get? Finally for Snap, he got $19,000. Yes, the biggest payout we've seen so far for Snap, but you could probably go even higher than that because that's what's happening. Everyone's numbers are going higher. And here's Mark getting $19,000 for Snap, bringing his grand total to $50,500. And this is what we do, but that's not the ceiling, as Lorraine went to $105,000. And this is what we do because this is what we've been doing since day one on this channel. And this is LA. In spring of last year, I launched this channel to get people's applications approved and get them money. They'd applied for the EIDL loan. Their applications were not going through. And I did their applications off camera and on camera, day in, day out, in the middle of the night, getting 10 applications a day approved at $150,000 a pop, getting $25 million of EIDL loans approved. 2 days later, one of the newest programs in the United States government went live under the first stimulus. No one had ever heard of it. I had heard about it, but it was not live yet, and most had not heard about it. I explained to people how they got that money. And that money gave Eileen Bellenkamp out of Florida, which was delayed several weeks, $15,000. What was that program eventually called? PUA. No one had ever heard of it at the time. Then in fall of 2020, second stimulus was supposed to come. It was not coming. It was the holidays. You needed money. You needed bills paid. So I did the next best thing. I got you $250,000 of rent. For Tyrone and his family of 4 out of Boston, $15,000 paid all their rent to the new spring. But now we're doing it again. Because guess what? There's no fourth stimulus land in your bank account this week. But there is third stimulus. You could be one of the viewers that got $40,000. 3 of them got it last week. You could be the viewer who got $8,000. You can be the viewers who got $32,000 the week before. So get that pen and paper ready. We're going to get the money starting right now. We're going to get some money for different items: rent, utilities, mortgage assistance, and homeowners' utilities. First, here's some introductory remarks, and I go slow through each of them. Number 1, I'm going to show you 6 places to reach out to. So do not reach out to one and just stop. For example, I have 2 longtime viewers who actually are both in Michigan and both did the same incorrect thing. They both reached out to the county, got a no, and then they stopped. That's not how this works. You have to reach out to all 6 because the first one will likely say no. They have different eligibility. Just because the first one says no doesn't mean anything about the second one. They also have their own pot of money. Number 2, you have to say the key words I say in this video. It really helps people get approved. I had one viewer who just called up and asked for free stuff. Can I just have free stuff? Sir, that's not here. You can't just say I want free stuff. You gotta say the keywords I say in this video. Number 3, I had one viewer in one of the comments yesterday said they have no money for people who are over the age of 50. It's just these eligibility things that people come up with. I don't know where they come up with them. Untrue, untrue, untrue. Just apply. Finally, the important thing to note is that you need to keep on pushing because you should get multiple items, not one. All right, here you go. You're going to reach out to your city hall, your city housing authority, your county hall, your county housing authority. That's 4 so far. Your state hall and your state housing authority. There's 6. And the keywords you're going to say are rent assistance because of COVID, mortgage or utility assistance because of COVID. There you go. You don't say words they don't know, like stimulus or delicious lobster via Mitch McConnell. Excuse me. He cooks. I don't want to have his cooking. No, sorry. There you go. Congratulations, Tim and Linda, who got that wonderful pot of money. If you got money for rent, post in live chat right now or utilities, the next pot of the money is the money coming back from your federal government for SNAP. SNAP is money for food. It's a SNAP to get. The eligibility is very easy. It pays a lot. A family of 4 out of Hawaii gets upwards of $16,000. But Mark got $19,000. Louie, $18,000 you can get as well. Ling Glenn got it for herself, her son, and her mom. And the breaking news delivered first on this channel 2 Mondays ago, live on air, was the following. That the Department of Agriculture is raising everyone's benefits up so that you're going to get, on average, 25% more per month, lifetime, automatically, nationwide. Oh, my goodness. So if you have success stories for SNAP, post in the live chat right now. Let's turn to the next pot of the money, which is the refund check from your state due to overpayment of unemployment benefits. Federal government has ordered the states return that to you. It was due to computer error. And now the federal government has said to the state, you need to upgrade your computer. You're doing Windows 10. I know I am, but it's the Windows 1910 version when the computer was made out of wood. Federal government, that's not funny. Previously, you used Windows 05, which is the 1905 version, where the computers were made out of stone. Get it going, state. And then finally, the last refund check is the one coming back from IRS for that taxes you paid on that 2020 unemployment benefits. You saw Johnny, he got $18,000 for this. I had one viewer over the weekend who got $2,000, but generally about $1,200 to $1,400. Margaret got it, Cod got it, Michael got it. More about that in a second. But first, here's a personal message from me to you. This channel was launched for me to help you get money, for you to be financially stable, for you to get your feet on your ground, for you to be cashing checks, not tracking checks, and also for you to inspire other people and help other people. So if you're in the live chat and you've not posted success stories, do it right now, because when you post your success stories, people get motivated. They hear it better when they see you talking about it as well. So start posting success stories in the live chat, because 4 wonderful things come from it. Number one, it reveals to them the importance of picking up the phone and calling. Now more people are saying, I need to call, I need to call, I need to call. Number 2, when you post your numbers and they realize, wait, there's a lot of money, I can't pass this up, I need to get this. Number 3, a lot of people never heard of Purple Power, never heard of Snap until they found this channel. And Larry Maui out of Hawaii now gained $6,000 annualized because of this channel, because of my videos a lifetime. Then we had viewers who got 3 items like Nisi and Art Sullivan, inspired Nancy and Mark, and now inspiring Johnny to get 7 items. And finally realized the numbers are going bigger and bolder than ever before. So post your success stories on the live chat right now. Let's cut back to those unemployment benefits. Where are they landing? Direct deposit, otherwise in the mail. Can you track it? Yeah, go to iris.gov and do a transcript search, and 70% of the time it will work. It'll reveal the refund check you got, and also it will reveal the it will reveal the tax return you filed and the tax you paid 70% of the time. And then the rest of the time it reveals stuff that you wish you'd never seen, like the hair color number for Nancy Pelosi. Yeah, don't want to know that. Can we top that? Yes, as we go into the second part of your 4th stimulus check update of 2021, starting right now. Deal done, signed, sealed. Your 4th stimulus recon, $3.5 trillion, done deal. This last Tuesday, the House made it final. The recon procedure will pass, which means you're having a recon with $3.5 trillion of checks for you, but application-based generally. This is confirmed and done and finished. Now, let's go over all this in detail. First, later in this video, I'll be going over those checks, but now I'm going to go over what this means procedurally and what does recon substantive mean. What we have now is a recon confirmed with a price tag of $3.5 trillion, with checks to the American people, all checks for you, that are now confirmed. But most of them are application based. We previously had a 1st, 2nd, 3rd stimulus recon that were this big. This one's this big, and the previous ones were 80 to 9% for corporations. This is all for you. How do we get to this wonderful spot? By taking roads and bridges out of the recon and put it into something called the bipartisan, making now the recon passable. A conservative publication confirms my reporting that says the higher the price tag was on the recon before, the harder it was to pass. There you go. But by allowing the Democrats to take out some of the spending from the recon on roads and bridges and put in the bipartisan, the overall price tag of the recon got smaller. In other words, the bipartisan made the recon passable and vice versa. Now, you're only hearing this on this channel, and you only started hearing on this channel in July. I had reported to you in July, before they started the recon voting process, that the Democrats on the House and Senate side, including both House members and senators, had met with the president and agreed upon doing a recon. They agreed they're going to do a recon, and they agreed the price tag was $3.5 trillion. So this vote last Tuesday was as predicted. I told you it was going to take 10 seconds, and it did. It took 10 seconds, and then we were done. Because the Democrats had met before they started the process and said, we got to do a recon. Elon Omar, Democrat out of Minnesota, and Representative Richie Torres, Democrat out of New York, both progressives, had said, we need a larger recon. We need a recon that goes as far and bold as we want it. And they got it. $3.5 trillion. Done deal. Now, in agreeing to that price tag, the president originally said, protect my recon, because everything in that recon is progressive checks. We had Brian Schatz and we had Jalapal, both Democrats, being told by the president to protect their recon because everything in that recon was checks for you and checks for the American people. What the president said, his priorities. Now, let's go over what a recon is, what a bipartisan is, what a recon procedural is, and what a recon substantive is, starting right now. We have 2 paths of items we have to do. Path 1 is recon. Path 2 is bipartisan. Recon is your money, also called roads and bridges, also called the budget bill, price tag $3.5 trillion, also called the Democratic spending plan or the progressive social reform plan. Bipartisan, not your money. This is roads and bridges, also called infrastructure. All right, so we started the week with 3 items. We start the next week with 2 items because we're done with recon procedural. Done, deal, signed, sealed. What is the difference between recon procedural and recon substantive? Recon procedural is very basic. It just says, do you agree to do a recon? I do. And it's going to be $3.5 trillion, and we give money to this committee and that committee. I do. Done. So what does recon substantive do? It basically says, okay, now that we've agreed we're going to do it, now let's go over the terms and conditions. And those terms and conditions are very important. We're going to go over more about them in the final 15 minutes of this video. But how do we get to this wonderful spot? By Jalapal, who recently wrote Schumer a letter saying Chuck called the vote on the recon. The letter was signed by 12 House Democrats, part of 100-plus House Democrats, who recently wrote the president a letter saying, we're going to be putting monthly forced stimulus checks in the forced stimulus recon. Can we top that? Yes. As 7 members of the House Ways and Means Subcommittee recently wrote the president a letter saying, we're going to be putting monthly forced stimulus checks in the forced stimulus recon. Wow. Now, those are the same people from the earlier part of this video? It is. Those people said at the time they were going to give you a forced stimulus check, and it's going to be monthly. You got to push purple power. We have the House bill saying $1,000 a month after the first month. We have AOC and Omar saying $2,000. We have Wyden and Warren and Sanders all saying monthly. You got to push purple power. They promise you're going to get these money, so push. How did we get to this wonderful spot? From Biden, who got the global minimum corporate tax rate out of the forced stimulus recon. This confusing thing was removed because it was passed about 8 weeks ago overseas. And now it's easier to write the recon, easier to call the vote on the recon, easier to pass the recon because this confusing thing is not in there. Can we top that? Yes. As we go into the final 15 minutes of this video, we'll go over all the incredible details about what is in this recon. What does it mean to be application-based stimulus? I go over all this and more. But first, here's a personal message from me to you. If over the last year you've gotten 1 item from this channel, you're going to kill it under forced stimulus because it's the same task. If you picked up the phone and got $100 for utilities, or picked up the phone and got $200 for electric or water because of the pandemic, because of watching this video or this channel, you are going to kill it under forced stimulus. But if you haven't, do it right today, because that's a skill set I want you to bring into forced stimulus when it starts. Then after that, if you can't get the other sums of money, reach out to the volunteers. They're at news.la.com/community. A link is in the description of the video. They'll help you get those other sums of money like rent, utilities, food, and internet. Here's a little bit about them, and I'll be back with you in 60 seconds as the big Evening to LA goes into its final 15 minutes. If you want money right now, not 5 days from now, and not 5 weeks from now, then reach out to the community page. The volunteers can help you find that money for rent and utilities. That's at news.la.com/community. The community page features a series of volunteers who are viewers like you. They can help you find rent, utilities, SNAP, food benefits, mortgage assistance, and help you with eviction moratorium questions as well. Their Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram individuals reach out to them and indicate the city and state you're from, and they'll get back to you shortly. That's a community page. Volunteers working for you, viewers helping one another. Stay with LA for more. Join LA Daily for the excitement of the new LA Live Daily. The excitement starts on mornings LA at 9 a.m. Home LA returns at 11 a.m. daily. And then afternoons LA at 1 p.m. Join us daily as the excitement continues live from Santa Monica on LA Late. And the excitement continues right now from Santa Monica, California, with the final 15 minutes on this evening's LA broadcast. We'll be going over that forced stimulus check. Then we'll be getting to the recon. Done, deal, signed, sealed. What does this mean for you? What does an application-based stimulus mean? And why is it something you've done before? Then we go over what's happening this week with recon substantive and what the president's doing about these secretive meetings and what's next for you Also, under fifth stimulus, there's a lot happening, and it's coming up right now as we continue the final 15 minutes of Lalate, starting right now, with the exciting details across the board about what is in that fourth stimulus recon. So subscribe. 400,000 subscribers, a YouTube record. I want you part of this family. Hit that subscribe button right now. Like the video, 2,000-3,000 likes, and consider becoming a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, Casino VIP. The link is under the video so that you can get all the big information delivered to you that's in these stimulus packages. Meantime, if you've not signed up for the LA alerts, please do. It's totally free. It's at news.la.com. Hit that alert system, and then you put your name and email address in there, and you get the confirmations across the board. An email alert when anything breaking news happens. It's September just around the corner, and guess what that means? It's time for fifth stimulus. The President of the United States had urged for this during his run for presidency, and now the Democrats are taking care of it. It's this SSI reform that starts in September, likely to a vote by November. Step one is they're going to raise your benefits up a lifetime. Then they're going to remove the asset limit, add an inflationary benchmark, then remove the marriage penalty. There you go. How does this work? And who is this for? It's for you. If you're on SSI, SSDI, Social Security, railroad benefits, veterans benefits, SSA, or multiple beneficiaries. Step one is they're going to raise your benefits up a lifetime. Then they're going to apply a new benchmark. What is it? It's inflation. And where is inflation going? It's going to be transitory, meaning a temporary spike around December. Yes, perfect. How high is that inflation rate going? Well, it's going to go up a lot. I'm saying about 5%. So let's do the calculation. If the first raise your benefits up lifetime, and if the benchmark is 5%, it'll go up another 5%. Not just next year, but lifetime, because once your benefits go up, they never go down. Then they're going to move the asset cap, dating back to a 1980s law that says you can't have more than $3,000 in hand. Now you'll be able to have some Cardinals STL Red in hand. Sorry, Canute. And also some stimulus checks. They're going to move the income cap, dating back to a 1960s law that says you can't work and stay on benefits. It's going to go away. And the marriage penalty is going to end. Love is going to win, and you'll be able to do a love pair dance at your own wedding, like Rob and Sandy. And if your benefits were canceled, they'll get restored. And finally, what about the incredible details of a fifth stimulus check? Well, yes, the House Ways and Means Committee represent they're giving you one then as well. All that is next year. And finally, if you're in the live chat and you see emojis of a purple hawk next to people's name and you don't have it, you need to get it right now. I launched membership Purple Hawk, Purple Power, Casino VIP in January this year because I was saying to viewers at the time that a third stimulus package with a $1,400 stimulus check in there should not be your focus. You should not focus on a $1,400 stimulus check because I said there was over $14,000 I can get you for under third stimulus. Now you see what's happening. Viewers are getting a lot more than $14,000. Countless viewers getting $30,000 2 weeks ago. Last week, 3 viewers getting $40,000. Then we had one viewer getting $80,000. One viewer getting $100,000. Another viewer getting $50,000. There's a lot of money in this third stimulus package. I deliver to members Purple Hawks, Purple Power, and Casino VIPs daily a breakdown of all the big money that's available in the first, second, and third stimulus. Because guess what? This money you can get today. This money you can get today. Fourth stimulus is not landing in your hands this week. But this money for third stimulus you can get right this day. And get it across the board. Consider becoming a Purple Hawk, Purple Power, Casino VIP. The link is under the video. And with that, we go into the final 15 minutes of this video, starting right now. Deal done, signed, sealed. Fourth stimulus recon is a done deal. Yes, congratulations. On Tuesday, this became law. Fourth stimulus recon is critical because guess what? It's done. All they got to do is the terms and conditions. Let's go over what happened. The recon vote on Tuesday basically solidified that there will be a recon. It will be $3.5 trillion, and that will be $3.5 trillion of checks for you. But those checks are not being pushed out directly to you. You're going to have to call up and say, I want the check, so that they're sent to you generally. This is what's called application-based stimulus. More about that in a second, but here's an example of some of the items that are application-based stimulus under the fourth stimulus recon. They are the following: free school meals for all, checks; cheaper prescription medication, checks; tax reform, checks. Then we have farming checks, checks for free internet, and then we have checks for workers and checks for seniors, checks for workers, independent contractors, checks for seniors, checks for vision, checks for hearing care, and checks for dental, checks for lowering the eligibility age as well. Lots of checks across the board. The president had a secret meeting a week ago saying to the Democrat caucus, talk about the cheaper prescription medication a lot, he said, because that is very helpful and would save people money overnight under the four stimulus recon. How would this work? You would go into a pharmacy, let's say on Monday, pay for a prescription, let's say it's $50. Then this would become law, let's say on Tuesday. Then when you go back to refill, the prescription would be $5. You'd save $45. $45 more would be in your wallet. That's immediate turnaround savings. Now, with these words we just went over, like free internet, vision, dental, worker items, let's go over those application-based items as you just heard. The federal government, IRS, Treasury, never sends you a check for your teeth. I can't even say it with a straight face. They do not send you money for your teeth. IRS does not send you money for your hair. Does not send money for your internet. They just don't send you money for that. Where is this money available? Where do you get this money? It's called application-based, meaning you pick up the phone and go get it. We've been doing this since day one. You've been doing this since day one. It was, whether it was EIDL or PUA or PPP or PEBT, you picked up the phone and said, I need this money. It's money I'm entitled to. Please give it to me. And you've been doing this since day one. Why is this an important issue? Because when we look at recon procedural and we're giving money to committees for them to send the money out to you, well, first of all, they're not all the money is not going to the same place. So we got 3.5 trillion split among committees. So the committee that does your teeth does not do your internet. Thank goodness. I don't want someone doing my internet to do my teeth. Number two, the money is being given to the committee, so they don't know you need internet unless you ask them for it. We don't know that you need assistance with dental or hearing unless you ask for it. That is what application-based stimulus is. And why is this important for us? Because the terms and conditions are still not finished. So why should you need to push? Because when you look at recon substantive, those terms and conditions, how to spend the money, have not been determined. A week ago on Tuesday, the House members were on the floor talking about this recon, and guess what they talked about? Us. I brought back seats for stimulus. The social media campaign that trended in 2020 that basically said, give us the right stimulus, we take your seats. Well, guess what? It's back because there's 6 House seats up for grabs in just the next few weeks. If those House members really want to keep those seats, they better give us the right stimulus. They better write the terms and conditions correctly. And yes, that's 6 members, which could change the balance of power between House members and Democrats. Application-based stimulus has always been around. You've been doing it since day one. But let's go over why this is so different for Purple Hawks versus a donut guy or donut girl. Donut guy and donut girl just sort of think that things land directly in their hand. They don't have to lift a finger unless there's a donut. They literally do not lift a finger. Just tell me where it's landing in my hand. Well, guess what? Federal government doesn't know to put a check for your internet in your hand, doesn't know to put a check for your vision in your hand. Now, on the other side of the spectrum, for people who certainly understand that this is application-based, there are some people who think it is some incredibly detailed 7,000-page application. No, it's the internet, it's vision. If you want to get it, call up and get the money. Not live yet, not bill yet, but this is how it is. And this is why they don't know if you need things for your eyes unless you ask them for the money. And that is why application stimulus is so important. Now, when we look at seats for stimulus, when they're still determining how to spend the money, that's why you have to push Purple Power. You have to push about several things, but one of the most important one is to ensure that they spend the money the right way. And guess who wants to hear from you about it? The head of the budget committee, who also is the guy who wrote the presidential letter saying, I think we should have monthly stimulus checks. Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders says, I understand the budget. I understand how that the budget chairman historically has done their work back in D.C. and stayed in D.C. But I think the real function of a budget chairman like myself is to get out among the people. So he wants to talk to you about this. Express your opinion about what type of stimulus he needs to put in there. What we're proposing is the budgets to be enormously popular. Chuck Schumer's working on this language of this recon substantive daily. I'm working so closely with Bernie, I think we probably talk 4 to 5 times a day. So when you go back to that recon substantive, this is what they're doing now. They didn't just start now. They've been doing this for weeks. But they're working on the terms and conditions language. So make sure they spend the money the right way. Pick up the phone, call. As Lynn Glenn did, she picked up the phone, called Bernie's office. Pick up the phone and say, you need to spend the money right way. Finally, 2 personal messages. Number 1, I love how great you're doing as a Purple Hawk, Purple Power Casino VIP members, because you really understand that as we look at Force Stimulus Recon and its current status, there's no check coming to you from Force Stimulus this week in your hand. But third stimulus, there is. Pick up the phone and make the phone call. City Hall, City House Authority. County Hall, County House Authority. State Hall, State House Authority. Countless viewers are going from 0 to 30,000, 0 to 40,000 in just a few days because they understand this money is available for them right now. Go get it. A couple personal messages. 1, I always get questions about people saying, why are you on that topic when we're on this topic? Why are you going to that topic when you're on this topic? And now it's in days like this, you sort of see what's going on. Some people say, why are you still talking about third stimulus? Because it's paying. Because it's paying money. It's paying a lot of money, and it's paying money right now. If something gives you money, and it's a lot of money, and pays right now, of course you're going to talk about it. If something's not paying you money yet, because it's not law yet, not bill yet, we're going to talk about it, but we're also going to say it's not paying you money. Fourth stimulus is not paying money this week. Third stimulus is paying a fortune right now. And until you're finished getting every last penny from the item, you need to pounce and get all that money. Second message is that it's important to understand that all this money that under third stimulus has really changed has really started a movement, really changed an entire mindset of this channel. I adore what I'm seeing. People are really now motivated that even if they're having problems finding something, let's say the rent, they're asking other people, where do I find this? We've gone from the start of January, people said, is this really in there? Is this really in the third stimulus package? To them, people saying, can someone just do it for me? Can someone just look it up for me? I'm saying, no, I want you to find it, try to find it yourself, at least one item. Because when you get one item, you have the skill to pounce and get another item under Force Stimulus. And then we've had people go from saying, there's no money in my state to now saying, I know there's money, I'm having problems finding it. Can someone else guide me along the ways? That's wonderful. It means that everyone is really laser focused on getting these big sums of money that are available under third stimulus right now. Finally, what's important to understand when we look at fourth stimulus is that there's a lot of moving parts at issue. There's a push to get those stimulus checks in there, whether it's AOC or Wyden or Bernie or all these different people who are putting the letters to the president saying, we're going to be putting fourth stimulus checks in there. There's a push to get them in there, but already confirmed in there is $3.5 trillion of checks for the American people, the terms and conditions of which are still being debated. So you need to push with Bernie and make sure the right amount is in there. The right terms and conditions are in there. The amount is already agreed upon. Then finally, it's important to understand that as a Purple Hawk, you need to push. For anyone that is focused on a calendar, you don't belong here. You really don't. This is not a channel for people to hold a calendar up and ask about dates. This channel was launched for people to get money, for people who understood there was money available right now for you to get and get. And you've been doing a great job since day one as this family. We got fortunes under EIDL, fortunes under PPP and UI and PUA and FPUC. Fortunes. We got a little bit of money under PPP. I didn't do a lot of videos on it. I did some. Then we did a fortune under second stimulus. You see what's happening now, a fortune under third stimulus. This is all involving at least just picking up a phone. I had someone on the Afternoon Lalate show today at 1 o'clock saying, can you explain a little bit more about this term application? Do I apply for the $3.5 trillion? No. So you don't apply for the entire recon. It's not like, hi, here's an application for the whole recon, and then we're going to look at the application, decide what things will go out. No, the internet's going to be in one place. The dental is going to be a different place. You're going to apply for the dental over here, apply for the vision over here. And then the person said something like, I'm worried about applications. Don't, because applications are your friend. Why? Because when it's application-based, it means you're getting more money. If they have to send out money to everyone, if they don't know if everyone needs internet, if they don't know everyone needs dental or everyone needs a vision, then you get something watered down. When they know you need something, it's based upon your request upon them, then you get enormous sums of money. Finally, I'm so happy for the Purple Hawks because you've learned the skill set. If you've gotten one item from this channel, from picking up the phone and calling and saying, hey, I need $300 for utilities or $400 for the water, then you're ready under Force Stimulus Recon. You are really, really ready. The person not ready under Fourth Stimulus Recon, you know that person and you know what they eat. It's called Donetta. Not going to be ready for Fourth Stimulus Recon. Really, really not going to be ready. That Fourth Stimulus donut person who really emerged in the early part of 2021 was not really around in 2020. Donut Guy was not really around in 2020. Donut Guy never applied for any of these things, EIDL or PPP or PUA or FPUC or PBT or P or a SNAP, never applied for anything under 2020. Donut Guy sort of came around early 2021, just sort of got used to the idea of something coming for $600. Then got used to the idea there was another $1,200. Got used to, oh, wow, there's another $1,400. I'm not doing anything. I'm doing really well. I'm getting 3 irons. I haven't done anything. Got sort of used to that repertoire of things sort of automatically coming when it never really was like that. Never really was like that. So now that frequency of sort of an automatic item coming is there, the donut guy presumes that that's how we've always done it. It's not. And so when you look at Fourth Stimulus Recon, that donut guy is not going to be able to grasp the situation. I'm sure the donut guy now is looking for the outside in and realizing, wait a second, those people on Lalate, they're having more, they're having a full smorgasbord. They're having a full meal. I'm just having a donut. They're having $50,000 a week and $40,000 a week. I like my donuts, but maybe I should have put down the donut and gone for the whole buffet. They have a whole buffet on this channel. So suddenly, I think the donut guy's probably getting stimulus envy right now. I think he is. I think he's realizing, wait a second, I made the mistake of being donut guy in early 2020, and I'm now getting stimulus envy because people are now realizing there was a lot of other money, and that people who just say when, don't really get anything. I mean, they just don't get anything. All they do is ask what day of the week, what hour of the day, what week. It's just the calendar counters. Calendar counters don't get anything. And calendar counters do not, and this is where I'll be a little bit, I was about to say pissy, but I'll be a little firm about this. Calendar counters don't help anyone except themselves. Calendar counters don't help you. Because Purple Power is picking up the phone and advocating. Purple Power is calling up Bernie Sanders, calling up Elizabeth Warren, calling up AOC, pushing these people, going on social media, tweeting and tagging, and saying, get this money done right away. Calendar counters don't do anything but count the calendar. They don't help anyone except themselves. Calendar counters are really not helpful people to a community that is Purple Power, where we push. Calendar counters are people who simply just say, I'm busy with my donut and tell me when it lands. Because until then, I'm counting the counter. And those are the same people that say things like, do you know what day of August it is? Yeah, I think I know what day of August it is. I think I have a cell phone, and I think the cell phone has the date on this from the cell phone. And I signed it when I turn on the cell phone. Oh, look, the cell phone has the date of the week on the. Do you know what day of the week it is, Ally? Yeah, I know. Whatever happened to August? Whatever happened to July? Whatever happened to June? Whatever happened to May? They were on the counter. That's what happened to them. The counter counters aren't doing anything but keeping track of a calendar. And along the way, they also love getting confused about situations. I heard they're not coming back. I heard they're not here. I heard they're not there. I heard they're down the street. I heard they're over there. I heard they're not coming back until this day. When? This obsession with when is going to be going away because the words are getting blocked on this channel. We're not going to have that conversation on this channel because the when people... Sounds like an infomercial commercial, doesn't it say? When girls, WEN. The when people just don't contribute anything to anything except tracking things. And that's not what this channel's about. This channel's about getting you big sums of money, and you're going to kill it, and you're doing a great job, and you're going to have a great week as well. And this week, we're going to go over we're going to go over that recon substantive drafting. It's going to be a big week. So stay with me all week long. And we have all the dramatics, and everyone is still in town. They're all still there, and they're all still working those subcommittees. And with that, subscribe. 400,000 subscribers on YouTube. Reckon our part of this family. Hit that subscribe button right now. Like the video, 2,000-3,000 likes, and consider becoming a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, or Calcino VIP. I want you to be part of this incredible family. And with that, stay informed, stay focused, have a beautiful evening. Don't forget to sign up for the LA alerts. And I will see you next on Overnight Squad.